Alrighty, ads should be done. This can actually tilt just a tad up. Perfect. So ads should be all done and we're ready to get back to working on our little mini. So last time we built this pretty bookshelf with a couple of little cardboard boxes and some books. Many little books. The first thing the instructions want me to do is cut out these tiny pictures. Now I don't need this bigger one. Very carefully cut it aside, put it back in the box. Now, couldn't have made these size even, eh? The printed, however, makes them fit in the printing the best, but does make it uneven for cutting sometimes. Everyone had a wonderful Monday. I have a rotary cutter I could be using, but I find I'm more accurate with scissors on these than I am with the rotary cutter. Alright. I did have a good chuckle over the instructions for this section. This here is the instructions about how to make the book. And this is the instructions for these pictures that we're doing. But it has the written instructions for this step. But all I have is the pictogram. Thankfully it makes, I think, pretty good sense. If we're just gonna make a triangle. Then we're gonna glue it on like that to give it a little stand. See if I've opened my glue effectively enough. Seems so. Already streaming. Alright. Little tiny picture. So that one was little tiny boy and his dog. Or maybe doing the dark one first. I'll just wait and glue them all at the same time. That might be the wiser decision to do here. Just focus on folding all of them. Really cute. Oop, wrong button. I don't know if I'll get focus on her rather than my hand. Oh, we're getting the striping. Better? Yeah, let's stripe. Little girl opening a present, kind of hard to see. Next one. Looks like a little girl praying. Right, so that's all of them. So let's start the gluing. Yeah. Blue strings. Very stringy glue. That one kinda that in. That's all those put together. And so now it wants me to start arranging all the books on the shelf. Oh no, there are some other books that I missed. I skipped a step. Whoops. Good, good. That's gonna slow me down a bit. I missed this set of books. Um, so that one was an E9. Those two. E10. Think that's everything. Okay. That doesn't actually show all these. 1, 2, 3. Shows 3 of the E9s being used. E11's being used. Only 1 of the E5s. And 1 of the E10s. That's not used. But well, I might as well make all of them from here, right? I guess. I'm doing them anyway. We're making more books. More books. For now. Put all of the things that we've done back in the box. pictures off to the side to continue to dry. Top heavy. We'll glue it down a little bit. Pop them all over. Boop, 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 boop. That way we can work on these more centerboard. That out. If I remember right from the last week when we worked on these, we decided that doing the side flaps first was better, and then to come back and do the whole, like the closure. Is that what I determined was best? It definitely seems cleaner. The fact that I can tell which one's which. There was a decided advantage one way. One cut out. What books are on this one? Harry Potter. And more Harry Potter. Two covers are Harry Potter. They're written backwards, though, which is entertaining. This whole set is backwards. Needing to see what books are put in this. what's this set? Uh, Garden flowers? That one. And we have two more of the identical print. This. And trim that. That is all of them cut. All of our little books. Take away all these little bitty bits. All right. Now we fold the whole thing. I tried folding around a ruler last time, but I think that was actually counterproductive for me, at least for these small pieces. Might be more necessary for the bigger lines here across the top of the books. I recognize this song. Hmm. Name doesn't mean anything to me, but I feel like I recognize it, but I can't place it. Good find here. Alright. So on this dotted line. Here. And then they'll pull out. Glue this piece. And then we'll start folding them. Mostly because I'm impatient to do something other than folding. Glue and glue. Hold for a minute. There. Here. Hold. Glue along this piece. Glue. One little more book set done. And we start folding the next one. Basically, let's do an E10 since that's the one that's on the top. And we just want to start building the bookcase. That impatient. We're gonna have to build all these eventually anyway. It got me to build the bookcase and then take a break from the bookcase and build all of these little accessory bits that are going to go on this bookcase and I think the next bookcase and maybe a few other pieces. All I want to do is decorate the bookcase. So we're going to build the ones that are needed to decorate the bookcase. Go from there. What's this? Half hours something world? Oh, thank you very much for the follow. This book. Half hours something world. I don't know what that book is. Hello, Amber. I am doing wonderful. How are you? Welcome in. Thank you very much for joining us. I am building my first little book nook miniature house. Last week, we got all of this done. A little bookshelf, some little cardboard books, and some little wooden block books. Now we did a couple little pictures, and now we're doing more books. You were losing, not having much success? Fortnite was never a game I got into. Although I've never been good at a lot of like the shooter type games in general. 16-year-old boys. And they still have plenty of time on their hands to devote to being really good at unimportant video games. Ooh, this one's a lot smaller, a lot harder to kind of finger clamp. Where are my tweezers? I'll make sure those sides are down. Here we go. Yeah, basically, it's really cute. It's not a great picture of it, but it's a whole little brick room with books and cats and a little loft. And because they're the book nooks, they're like designed to fit on a bookshelf. It's like a little house room that's going to go on a bookshelf. In between like books and things like that. It does come with a couple little LEDs for a couple little lights. This isn't a super in-depth kit because it was my first one that I'm doing, so I didn't want to spend a ton of money on it. It does come with two little battery-powered LEDs. I think it'll be quite cute. But I can tell already from the first day of doing it, I will definitely be doing more of these. And paying for the better quality ones. I can see some of the errors in it. Um, you may. I don't think you should be hearing people in the background, but you may. My husband's off in the other room just quietly watching TV. It's not sticking at all. We're not really doing anything super fun for summer. We've got a young toddler, so we don't tend to go out too much. That one's kind of folded weird, but it'll be fine. Okay. I want to start sticking some in the shelf. So fun with the Chinese knockoff instructions. The instructions for this section are the exact same as this section, despite being very different. And for putting things on the bookshelf, it just says arrange books nicely. And then here, arrange items nicely. It's great. Fun. Ooh, they are snug in there. I am probably still gonna glue, but I probably didn't need to. It is snug. Yeah, it's decently sturdy. Like I can put a good amount of pressure and force on it. Right. One little set of books in the shelf. Next one is one of the A9s, so that was this one. It's gonna go here. Which does it have an up or down? This is the up. Let's slide. Bit of glue on the bottom. That goes there. Oh, so it's like his 16th birthday party, kind of slightly delayed because life. What's next? I need another A9. Okay, so let's cap the glue. Finish. Yes, we have to finish the other two A9s. This A10 will come later. This A11 we're using right away. I can glue this A5 though. Bottom. So here's the bottom. Ooh, a murder mystery. Fun. They are a really snug fit. Just slide right in. Can I still slide that, or is that too in now? The ones that are really cute are these little tiny books. Because they're a little piece of wood with just a book cover wrapped on it. It does look legitimately like a book because of the particle board for the pages. It is super cute. This one. Oh, can I get close enough? A little Star Wars book. So cute. Alright. Those are the only three I have made for the bookshelf, so we need to finish making the rest of these. Do the big one first. Put my cap on the glue. What happened to Kay's character? They murder mystery. Hmm. Were they someone who was a murdered person, or were they like the criminal? There's a Star Wars. What else was there? I can't remember. There's a Mickey Mouse. The Mickey Mouse is pretty cute too. Oh, little Mickey Mouse book. Robin Hood, Sense and Sensibility. Oh, thoughts are reminding about the raid train coming up. This Sunday, I will be part of the Crafty Collective raid train. The raid train is going to be makers from all around the world sharing stuff about their local. Still haven't quite figured out what my project's going to be for that stream. Really should figure that out. I was right about the story. Oh. Alright, glue time. More glue. The lottery thing you said? I recall you saying something about the lottery. Oh, there we go. Sorry, I missed that from um bots popping up. Uh wins $5 million. The next more indebted murdered off in the beaming. Yeah, okay. It'd be nice to win 5 million. I would enjoy that, although maybe not so much the murder part. Sorry, saw something move out a window. One of the challenges of sometimes your screen isn't big enough that when the bot messages start kicking in, you miss some chat stuff if you're not careful. And obviously, where I'm distracted making little books, not being careful. Alright. This is our little Harry Potter book set. Where the missing kitchen knife is stuck. In Eden's pocket, in their wallet. Okay, so this book does have a little bit of room. That's a lot less of a snug fit. A little more loose. Definitely gonna need some glue. Oh, clever idea. Just stick a knife in someone's wallet. I mean, hit where it hurts, right? I mean, it could potentially kill someone if their wallet's in like their pocket and you stab through into like an artery or something. I don't know. Uh, yes, Automod, it's fine. Someone stabbed in the butt. I mean, my brain doesn't always come up with the most logical ideas. I'm gonna guess like instead than like in the head or the eyes or something like that. Something head related. Oh, and then his back. Okay, fair. That's a little more traditional. Out of guilt for winning the lottery? Oh, now that doesn't make sense. Why would he be guilty? That's a that sounds like something like 16-year-olds would come up with. Pick, please. Yeah, also that. Pretty sure that is mostly impossible. Little not stuck here. Tweezers, please. Please stick. Sometimes when students make things, especially high schools, can be very creative. Not necessarily based in reality. Oh, one side. There we go. Alright. That is another book set I can stick on the shelf. Put a bit of glue along the bottom. Okay, so does he just have the face of someone who needs to meet his end? It seems to be a trend. Okay. Remember to put the lid on the glue. Alright. One more of these big cardboard things of books for now. Then we can move on to something else. It'll be a big day if he ever gets a role where he gets to stay alive. What is it? Who is that? Sean Bean? Is that the actor who always dies in like everything? Played Ned Stark in Game of Thrones and a bunch of other things, but that's the only one that comes up to my head. He dies in like everything he does. Which is really funny for me when he was the voice of Civilization 4. Like, okay, cool. When does the narrator of the game die? Just gonna be reading one of the technologies and all of a sudden you hear death sounds? We have ads starting in a minute. I mean, he might die in maybe non-meaningful things, but given time, maybe they'll die in meaningful stories in the future. They're young yet. I don't intend to be wishing death upon your child. I think my raid train ad might be set a little too frequent. Let's... Whoa, I did set it to way too frequent. Edit. Try that again. Slow that down. Hoi. No wonder. Well, you gotta start somewhere, right? Not everyone's flashy and gets all that screen time. And someone's gotta be the morgue person. My fingers are getting covered in glue. Ads are running. Change the batteries on this little light that I've got up here. I just noticed it's getting very dark. Oh wait, I screwed that in way too tight. The heck did that happen? There we go. Sorry for all the wiggle wiggles if you're done your ads. Alright. Let me just close the glue while we switch the batteries. Alright, welcome back from ads. Just changing off the battery in my camera light here because it is dying. I just noticed it's getting very dark on my poor eyes. My halo light is gone. And not sponsored by IKEA. I saw your messages. I was just waiting for ads to go through just in case. I tend to not try to carry on too much conversation while ads are happening, just in case. Yeah, so he was face down both times for his screen time. I mean, oh well. Like I said, you gotta start somewhere. Aha! Have light again. And my thing is moved down slightly. There we go. That is better. Alright. That's the challenge for like streamers. I know a lot of people do like Twitch Turbo or whatever, so they can't get ads. But we never know who does and who doesn't. So when you're having conversations with people, I find I generally try to just pause for the minute or two that ads are happening. Okay. Now I might as well just finish this little one since we have just this little one left of these book boxes. But we've got all those. There's a few more little accents and stuff to fill in all the space that's left on this bookshelf. So we'll do that once I finish this box. And hopefully he'll get more face screen time and less morgue bum. But I guess someone's got to be the morgue bum. Probably make a whole career out of that. That would be an entertaining resume to see. Thinking like someone like, 40 years into their career who's only ever been like morgue dead person number 3. All right. Glue up this last little box, then go to finishing the rest of the the rest of the decorations for this bookshelf. Also need to clean up the out of my glue bottle. It's getting a little garbly. Let's take actually a quick second. Gunk on the glue bottle here. Only ever so slightly better. Okay, so we don't need this or this right now. Get these pictures in my bits box. Gotta have a bits box. It's my OBS, there it is. So let's see. So Mickey Mouse book. Or something pink. Like this blue one. Ability. One. Two, three, four. That one turned out pretty gross, so let's put that one on the bottom of this pile. We have a different number of books than what it's calling for. Where do you think these other books go? Anywhere? Where? Mystery. One, two. And another dark one. That's supposed to be one pile. This is supposed to be another pile. But two other random books. Let's see. It's fairly uninteresting. I think that one's quite pretty, so let's leave that one out of that pile. I'd like to put this Star Wars one in that pile. This one looks like it belongs better there. Yeah. Okay, so top of here is going to be this book, this book. We're going to put some glue on top of Mickey Mouse and put him on this book just ever so slightly askew. I need them to stay together. Right. Then let's put ink on the bottom, I think. A dab of glue on top of that one. Put this one on. And ever so slightly askew. That one. Oop, so slippery. Okay, hold. We've lost some of the height on the camera here. There we go. It's better. Should be less slippery now. Right, so we're gonna take this one, followed by that one. Can you see a title on this book? No, it doesn't look like it. A dot of glue there. Let these two link together. Oh, glue strings everywhere. And that book is slightly different shaped, or slightly different height, which I actually like. Now, can I get these to glue? We need to let that dry first. I'm gonna let that dry and come back to that pile. Mickey Mouse is probably dry enough. Still stand? Yes, you do. Put a little bit of glue on the bottom of the Mickey Mouse one. And it goes ever so nicely just on the top here. You stay still. Whoa, hello. Hi, how are you? How's it going, friend and neighbor? We're not doing cross stitch today. We're building an adorable tiny bookshelf. How was your stream? I secretly popped in and lurked for a few minutes before I started streaming, but I wasn't there long. Yeah, it's my first time making one of these, and I am having far too much fun. Ooh, which picture is that? That's this one. One that keeps falling over. Good, it's always nice to have a bunch of love. Yeah, I got the kit online, like a cheap Chinese knockoff of like the really nice kits. I've wanted to try it for a long time, and they looked just like so much fun, but I didn't want to devote a ton of money to it. And then on Monday, I was downtown, ended up at Desairs, and saw they had a bunch of the like brand name Row Life kits, and ooh, was I ever tempted. And at that point, I hadn't even started working on this one yet. Now that temptation is even higher. So this is this stack of books. Like I've done some like game minis before of like Warhammer or stuff like that, where you build minis. It's not entirely unforeign, but is different and very cute. Just about getting the glue to stick. Okay, I need to dig in some of the little baggies. Stay glue for some of the other decorations. Of course, if you need to run off and rest post-stream, feel free. I am here. Feel free to hang out as long as you'd like as well. Okay, where's the other bag of decorations? There's a little toilet. You see the toilet? Look, there's a little plastic toilet. Makes me laugh so much. There's my other baggie. So many bags of bits. Lots of pretty sparkly things. Where's my camera? Here's my camera. I don't think we need any of the gold sparklies. No, we don't need any of the gold sparklies. We need... Oh, yeah, of course. Have a wonderful evening. I'm probably not going too much longer myself. I've just been having too much fun. And which one? This one. How am I gluing that down? Eh. We got a very cute little tiny bird. Oh. Cute little tiny birdie bird. And a very pretty blue bead. Bird is what goes next. I'm one of those people that when I'm trying to do something slightly tricky, I stick my tongue out. Yeah, let's leave that upright so that the bird has some time to stick down. The next one we're going to do is the picture of the kids kissing. That was missed. Where's my camera? There's my camera. You little kids kissing. It'll be easier to stick down with the tweezers. Not really. I am not an adept tweezer user. Hi Olive, how are you? We are making an adorable bookshelf. You're sore and tired, oh no. Oh, okay, here's where the other books are supposed to go there too. I see. Okay, so this one's gonna be crowded. So let's finish gluing this set. Ooh, that's rough. Lack of sleep is never fun. Okay, so this one, we're trying to glue.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. That's the kid from the movie Up. Might just have to hold this for a second to get the glue to set. I want the book leaning slightly. A slight lean to it. Where I'm hopefully not also gluing my finger to the book. Alright, that one worked pretty well. Now we have the other Star Wars book that we're going to be doing a lean on too. One wants to be a bigger lean. Sometimes you just have to use your fingers as clamps. And hope it goes okay. Might not be able to attach this tonight. I might need to let it dry. These to be level. This one to sit like that. Kind of what I want. Extra glue there. Squish it in with the tweezers. Yeah, I think that one's just gonna have to sit somewhere protected. Protected. Where can I put it protected? On my sewing machine. Other song might be to mess with. Yeah, that one's gonna have to sit overnight. We've got these two books. Do we want Robin Hood or this pretty little we lost the camera again. Where's my camera? There we go. The pretty we got Robin Hood or this pretty little like naturey book. Which one's gonna be visible? Kinda wanna do Robin Hood. Let's do Robin Hood. I'm gonna put them fairly straight on top of each other. While the other ones have been askew. This one we're gonna do fairly straight. So we've got the bead. Really pretty bead that's gonna go down. I think it's meant to be like a vase or something like that. Gonna go down right in here. Require me holding it for a second while the glue sets, I think. Well, hold it for long enough. Need like a good like instant glue for that one. Ooh. Hopefully all of you get some sleep soon. As soon as I decide I can let go of this bead, we're gonna start looking for a raid target ourselves here momentarily. Because we're soon getting on to 9:30. And my toddler doesn't believe in sleep. That bead gonna stay if I let it be? Really look like it wants to. It wants to lean. Very quickly, I'm gonna show off what we got done. Looking pretty cute. There's a few small tweaks left to do. 2 more books and trying to get this bead to stick. I think we just need some glue drying time. Put that off to the side and hope and pray. And let's see where we're going for the night. Sorry to those who came in with Rolstad, be that we're running away ever so soon. But usually aim to leave around this time so I can start getting ready to wind down myself. Do we want more crafting or gaming? Probably crafting. Don't see any of my normal targets. We could go see Tatter. TCC. Who's on in TCC right now? Why is it not showing me who's online? Giggy. Hey. Me. I don't know that one. Who are they? Let's... Ooh. Alright, let's go see a new friend. I don't know who this person is, but they are a member of the Crafty Collective. But let's go say hi and meet a new friend. Thank you very much for everyone who came out to hang out with me. I will see you guys again. What day of the week are we today? We're Monday. I will see you guys on Wednesday.